strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, penny bitches so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, the spirit is so star. Pull your woman that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the Raiders fall. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, people went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. Skylights in the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, the Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. The city like splash me, right to the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. People went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatic real. Always on the road. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, penny bitches so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, the spirit is so star. Pull your woman that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the Raiders fall. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, people went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. Skylights in the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, the Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. The city like splash me, right to the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. People went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatic real. Always on the road. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, penny bitches so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, the spirit is so star. Pull your woman that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, people went through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. message, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning, the secret focus keeps. Let the Raiders roll, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on a roll. The city like splash me, right at the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bring and go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll, yeah. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we Lunatic real, always on the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Lunatic Raider Show with yours truly, Lunatic Raider. We got breaking news, everybody. We got breaking news. It has been reported that the Raiders have signed ex-Bengals linebacker Jermaine Pratt to a one-year deal. So now Raiders add another veteran linebacker to the linebacking core that everybody knew that it was a ragtag group. Couple of young dudes. Now we got a second-year dude, a rookie. We got a couple of veterans in Devin White as well as a Landon Roberts. Now we can add Jermaine Pratt to the mix. For those that don't remember, Pratt was the linebacker who intercepted Carr's pass in the end zone in our playoff game just a couple of years ago, man. So that is breaking news. Jermaine Pratt, according to sources, has signed a one-year deal with the Las Vegas Raiders, man. So we're this team right here, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the team. The Raiders are coming. The Raiders are coming. They're coming, and they're I see that they're trying to do both. Win now as well as build for the future. Moves such as the Jermaine Pratts, the Devin Whites, the Landon Roberts are the now factors, and people such as the Genties, the Thorntons, the Besh, you know what I mean, the Porters, the Grants. These are guys for the future. So they're doing both. Shout out to Q Myers. He said it is a slippery slope when you try to achieve both at the same time, but I don't consider that slope to be slippery if it has been accomplished by the people that's running this team before, such as a Pete Carroll has done missions like this. Spy Tech has done missions like this. We even have experience with Chip Kelly going through becoming a new head coach or a new offensive coordinator and reinstilling the factors of winning now as well as the factors of winning tomorrow. So it's a marriage. It takes expertise and experience to do something like this. But Pete Carroll has more experience than probably everybody combined on this roster as far as the front office and coaches go. But yes, the Raiders have added to the linebacker mix, man. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat. Give me 1 minute. Let me finish sending out this link. Oh yeah, man. The Raiders is doing their thing, man. And then the roster. I'm looking at the overall roster. We're gonna look at the offense. We're gonna look. There's things going on in camp. I got snippets from today's press conference from Tyree Wilson, Adam Butler, Devin White, and Palomau. Make some good points. And shout out to Max Crosby getting the tip ball and taking it back for 6. Yes, he got an interception in 6 today at camp, man. They're having fun out there, bro. That's the one thing that I noticed that this team is different from the past. It's not puckered assholes out there. They're having fun. They're having fun. It's always competition. Everything is competition. Basketball hoops all over the place. People getting one-on-ones. I mean, god dang, boy. Hey, to live that life is a tremendous thing to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. We got Raider Paul in the building, man, and you already know what he's dropping on you.
From out of town. There you go. There you go.
He's dropping that shiznit. Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to everybody, man. We got Law Dog in the building. Hey, Lunatic, just wanted to ask you if you consider doing like 10 minutes on the Europe Jazz podcast sometimes. I wouldn't mind. Like I said, I'm open to anybody. Anybody that want to work with me, hey, don't feel like, oh, he ain't gonna fuck with you. Nah, bro. I do a lot of solo stuff because it's just me. You know what I mean? But shit, I wouldn't mind. I'll get there. I see dude on who was it? He was on with Gravy and Gabe and them over there. I seen him on there before. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that, period. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Let me see. Oh, and they're dropping the what on them? You already know.
From out of town. There you go. There you go.
Dropping them Fifth Ward B's on them. Rest in peace, Bushwick, man. Sacktown Raider Mike in the building, and he follows it up with a what? With a grand slam? What?
From out of town. There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. You know what it is, man. It's Raiders or nothing. Be out in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Yes, indeed. Desert Raider in the building. We got Pratt. Yes, we did. We got Jermaine Pratt at linebacker, bro. Hey, another veteran. Hey, the Raiders is going to try to put it down this year. And hearing everybody's angle from their takes, and they're all similar. It's not like this guy got an outrageous take and this one over here is somewhere else. They're all on the same page with the same agreement of what's going on at camp, bro. Oh, and it is a brand new defense that they're running. We're going to get into it with the snippets. I'm going to start off with Palomau's snippet where he discusses playing with these new guys on the defense with your Jeremy Chins. I'm hearing good things about him. It sounds like to me, well, not sounds like, what it is with Devin White, he's healthy. He wasn't healthy. He was dealing with a foot issue the last couple of years. So he wasn't quite himself, but he's back. So now we see why the drop-off in Devin White was what it was. Tyree Wilson, he goes into detail about his injury and him adding more moves to his repertoire rather than being just a straight bull rusher. So, and he breaks down his rookie year, last year to this year, and what he needs to do to improve. So he's understanding and recognizing, and Max Crosby is pushing him. All this, you're going to hear all this. You're going to hear all this. I got all the breakdown snippets for y'all. Raider Goon, man, where you been, bro? Hey, I hope all is well, man. Thank you. Thank you for pulling up, man, for real. Raider Goon in the building, man. Dang. That's right. Eric Raiders haters, shout out to you, my brother, man. Thank you for pulling up. Let me get this microphone. Make sure y'all don't think I'm doing a gay porno or nothing shit like this. This is a microphone. Look. It's a microphone, and this is the cover. So don't be saying that old crazy shit in the chat. And no, we don't like pianos. We like bass guitars. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Marcus Banks in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Yes, indeed, man. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up with y'all. I've been, right before I was going live, that news report came out. They said, oh, according to sources, Raiders are signing Jermaine Pratt to a 1-year deal, and I'm like, okay, they're adding another veteran to the linebacker core. Let's go. They get this shit right, boy. This could be, and don't get your hopes too high, but it could be a special year. I'm just telling you, you got a lot of veterans on this team. You got some good young rookie and second and third year talent on this team, but you're bringing in veterans kind of like the glue. And we knew that the linebacking core was a weak position room. You know what I mean? But they're adding veterans to keep it stable until maybe next year you go into the draft and you get a linebacker high. There's going to be so many tremendous linebackers entering the draft next year. That's why I said it's best to wait next. Don't grab a position because you're thirsty. You need it. You know what I mean? Especially if that's not the best available. You know what I mean? So don't do that. You wait till next year when all these guys like Hill and you got the two Perkin boys. They're coming out next year. Quarterback is the same room. They got guys coming. Dual threat quarterbacks is going to be loaded next year in this draft. Archie Manning might not even come back. I'm hearing he wants to go back to school. He's not planning on coming out in the draft this year, but that might solely rely on and you can't really go the number one team overall in the draft as far as thinking that's where you're going, because what if the number one team next year, say New England doesn't win and they get the worst pick or first pick? They're not going to draft a quarterback. Cleveland Browns definitely ain't going to draft a quarterback. They done grabbed 2 this year already in the same draft. You know what I mean? What if the sophomore slumps hit Washington? They're not going to get Arch Manning over Jayden Daniels. Things like all these teams are accumulating their quarterbacks already. You think Atlanta's going to give up on Michael Penix Jr.? That's not the plan. You know? So J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota, that's not the plan. So it's a big A. I don't know if Arch Manning gonna come out, bro, but we'll see. We'll see how that train takes off from the station. You feel me? Let me get back to it, man. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Law Dog in the building, Sacktown in the building. The Church of Al Davis. Oh, that's a moment in time. Hey, shout out to you. Thank you for pulling up. Yeah, they said we did sign Jermaine Pratt to a 1-year deal. Hold on, let me oh yeah, I was trying to finish doing this. Hold on real quick. Sending out the link to the show to all these Raider groups. You dig? All right, let me see.
Live from Raiders OTAs, it's
Yep. Listen, here's Mitchell Wren.
Breaking news, the Las Vegas Raiders are going out and they are signing linebacker Jermaine Pratt. I spoke about this.
What I tell you, I told y'all, I give it to you when it dropped. Thank God we was going live. So yes, Jermaine Pratt is a Raiders. We are signing him to a 1-year deal. Let me see if there's anything else. Now, yeah, everybody's posting it now. But you know who brought it to you first? Not that shit matter. It don't matter who the fuck dropped it first. What matters is if the information's correct. That's all that matters. Everybody want to be the first to do this and the first to do that. Fuck being first. I want to be the best. All right, man. Let's continue on with everybody in the chat, man. Y'all are deeper than Atlantis for real. Let me see. Giants Farpo in the building, and you already know what it is.
I'm out of town. There you go.
There you go. Hey, that's Pete for real though, bro. Hey, Pete Carroll's a character, bro. Hey, that's why everybody loves him, man, in that building. They really love him. He is who he is. He's not trying to be something he's not, man, and people respect that. Mike, let me see who else we got up in here. Marcus Banks in the building. I'm trying to catch up with the chat, man. SoCal Style in the building. Salute to you. Yes, indeed. Getting better and better every day. That's good shit. That's real talk. You know what I mean? That's all we want to do. Let's go. Oh shit, we just got a linebacker. Yes, Raider Paul, we got Jermaine Pratt. For those that don't remember, once again, Jermaine Pratt was the one that ended our playoff run, like it was a run against the Bengals a couple of years ago. He was the one that intercepted that Derek Carr pass. Shout out to Derek Carr for not winning that motherfucker. No, I ain't gonna shout him out for not winning, for throwing that ball. And shout out to the people in the crowd, punk asses that blew the whistle and it wasn't a real whistle. I'm gonna tell Too Short y'all blowing the whistle and it ain't his. Oh. All right, let me see. Let me get down to the bottom of it so we can get this show going, bro. I gotta scroll all the way down. All right. Law Dog, the Church of Al Davis, man. James Furbo, we in the building, man. Marcus Banks in the building. Law Dog in the building. Raider Paul in the building. All right, man, let's get into the show, man. So I got these clips for you. We're going to get into it. I'm going to start off with Palomar first. A lot of people think we're going to go same, and I kind of figured that we weren't. It's just the additions of the secondary, the long, lanky corners and safeties fit what Pete Carroll did in Seattle, which was a cover three to have, you know what I mean? Be able to cover more area. You got guys with wide wingspans and speed. Not to mention, you know what I mean? The speed is Porter, rookie, speed. You know what I mean? Eric, I wonder what Eric Stokes' 40 time was. He was dealing. See, a lot of things I'm noticing, these guys are bouncing back from injuries. Injuries that was nagging. They couldn't stay healthy. You know what I mean? But now it sounds to me like Devin White. He's going to talk about it. You know, him being hurt and not being exactly 100% with a foot. You can't do shit with a bad foot, bro. Ask, hey, where you think Christian Wilkins is? What do you think happened with Tyree Wilson? And Tyree gonna touch on his too. It's crazy. Damn, he gonna touch on his what? Touch on his foot injury. God, stop it. All right, so let's get into it, man. We're gonna start off with Palomar. Palomar does a good breakdown of exactly what to look for with this defense, bro, because we were all wondering, are we going 4-3? Are we going to 5-2? Are we going cover 3? Or you know what I mean? So we gonna get into it right now. Let me see. Let me find the Palomar. All right, here's Palomar at today's presser that happened not that long ago, and this is what he let it be known. This is not the same defense. Let's go.
What's it been like trying to work out chemistry with Jeremy Chin and also Lonnie Johnson coming in as new safeties in the group?
I mean, it's a fun experience. You know, this is really a whole new defense entirely. So just building that chemistry, the trust with each other, I mean, that's the entire reason why we're here, you know, so it's a good feeling.
So like you said, it's a total new defense entirely. So my thing was, and I was talking on this before camps even started, just looking at the personnel that they're bringing in and the experiences that these coaches have in certain type of defense. Everybody thought, well, the defense should be the same. That's why they're bringing back Patrick Graham. That's not why they brought back Patrick Graham. Think about it. Patrick Graham been here through 3 different regimes. 3. Now he's on this one. Why is he still staying around? Because Patrick Graham is the smartest defensive coordinator that I've known, and that if you told him you want to run a certain type of defense, he has the knowledge and experience to do so. You want a 3-4? He can do it. You want a 4-3? He can do it. You want a 5-2? You can do it. Why? Because he has that experience. That's why he's something valuable that you keep with this organization. He can run any whatever defense you want, he can do it. You don't go to an Ivy League school by being dumb. You know, you gotta have an intellectual fortitude to be able to comprehend the comprehension that is at hand. Patrick Graham is him. Defensively, he is him. There is nothing that's going to be perplexed or complexed about him. The defense, the way Pete Carroll wants to run this defense, he wants it to be simplistic, simple. I don't want you to think. I want you to react. It cuts down your time of being able to make a play. If I have to sit here and think, then I have to react after I figure it out. I'm wasting time. I want to be able to just muscle memory, bam, go. So they simplify the defense. Now, the structure and the base of the defense is a whole different story of the back end and the front. The back end, we know pretty much they're building up. They're going cover 3. Like they say, this league is a copycat league. A defense that would be similar would be the Philadelphia Eagles. The Fangio defense is similar of the cover 3. So what do they do in that defense? They develop a front 4, and they ran a 4-3 that can apply pressure by themselves alone, allowing you to drop back your linebackers. Cover all the gaps, the seams, and everything. You're going to have to cover the seams when you're running this cover 3, man, because you're going to have your 2 corners and a safety back. And they work in zones. There's 3 zones. Down the middle of the field and outside of the hash marks and to the sideline. So that's your cover 3. You got 3 zones. So now up front, you could do what you want with it with a 4-3, 5-2, whatever you see fit for that. It's going to be situational football. And you heard Pete Carroll and the other players mention this. Situational. Whatever the situation calls for, that's the defense we can play. If we want to go a 3-4 at a time, we can do it. We have the personnel to do it. Plain and simple. 4-3, we can do it. Now we got these long, lanky corners and safeties that's going to cover a lot of range, which means there's not going to be a lot of windows to be able to let quarterbacks throw into. Patrick Mahomes felt that shit in the Super Bowl when Philadelphia was bringing the pressure with just 4, and there was no way of being able to get his targets the ball at all. So it's like, you got a secondary of 4 and your linebackers of 3, just step back. And all our linebackers, if you notice, see, a lot of people look at it, well, damn, we don't really have a linebacker that can cover. That's not what we're trying to do. We got the secondary to do some shit like interceptions. We got a secondary that can do that. But how do you get it to the point where the secondary can be in play for turnovers? I know. Let's go ahead and not give them the team that we're facing, the offense. Let's not give offenses the ability to run the ball. What does that do? It forces them to throw. Now they're one-dimensional, and we got the guys in the secondary that can guard that. That can guard it and get turnovers. Them long arms out there, boys. There's a reason why you got a 6'4 safety, 6'3 safety, 6'4 corner, 6'2 corner. With speed. You know what I mean? And then what I'm hearing in camp is with Jeremy Chin is being a general out there, putting people in the right position. You got a Landon Roberts doing the same thing, putting people in the right position. You heard of Landon Roberts on the Rush podcast with Max Crosby stating, if I got to sacrifice myself for you to get the sack, I'm doing it. So there's a lot of things. Hey, this team is going to be a very unselfish team that's going to help each other achieve greatness. That's why I say, and what it comes down to, what will determine the success of this team will go by how quickly this team gels and being healthy. But how fast can they put it together? And it sounds like to me they're installing it the right way. Pete Carroll knows how to do this. He's done this plenty of times. He's doing it the right way, and you hear the players talk about this as well. All right, so let's continue on. That was Palomar letting you know that this is a totally new defense. Patrick Graham's the defensive coordinator, but it's a new defense. And if anybody can switch back and forth and do different defenses, it will be Patrick Graham by far. All right, so next up, let's go ahead and get into, let me see, who do I want to do next? Let's go Devin White. Devin White breaks down a few things as well, talking about his previous injuries that he dealt with that slowed him down. Now he's 100% healthy. That's another thing that we knocked Devin White on, like, oh, he ain't got it no more. I don't know how you lose it that quick. And I think Spytech brought him here because he says it too, but Spytech knows how to use him. He knows when they utilize Devin White correctly and healthy, what he can contribute to this team. So this is Devin White at today's presser.
Devin, it seems to me, watching you, that you're moving like you used to. Was it just a case of getting healthy and now you are?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was, dealt with some things in my foot that was kind of very triggering and trying to play through it, and man, it just took a lot of rehab to, just get back to myself. But now I'm able to just be myself and just have fun. With PG, he sat me down, walked me through the defense, showed me how I could be used, and that was very big because, if you got good attributes, you want to be used to help the team, and that's what type of coach he is. And, Coach JG had a lot of energy, and then playing for a guy like that, he make you want to come to work. I think PG do a good job of putting everybody in position to make plays, and that was one of the biggest things that we talked about. And it could be a lot of smoke until you get in the building, but he was like, it's not just some coaches, this is my scheme, y'all gonna run it. He really put players in position to do what they do best. So he's been standing on his word, and I've been loving it. And I think anytime we got a problem, you can go to him, you can watch extra film with him. He don't mind. He watched ball all day. He could tell you everything before you could tell yourself. And so that's the good thing about him. He cares. Having a defensive coordinator that cares about you, cares about all the players, man, that's a winning program right there. I think we're doing a good job as far as getting the defense figured out, man. We got great coaches. They break it down for us. We meet together. The front end and the back end, and all together is one. The front end and the middle linebackers, we meet with them some just to all be on the same page. We do a lot of walkthroughs. Just for instance, I had a question. We did a walkthrough, and we got a combination called box, but I didn't know how they wanted to run it. So we walked through it today before practice. We got it in practice, no catch. So it's just, just being able to talk it out with them and just be on the same page. I think everybody is willing to learn and not trying to know it all because it's new for everybody. It's not, I know this defense. Even though they play for PG, it's new perks within the defense. So even a guy like Max, he has to learn the new stuff, and I'm learning everything new. But it's similar coverage that I ran, with my prior team. So that's what makes it easier as far as middle linebacker.
So that's another player saying that even though Max Crosby and them has the same defensive coordinator, they still got to relearn it because it's new. It's new. And he said he's similar with some of it because he played in it in his previous teams. And I'm knowing he's going back to Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa Bay ran a 3-4. They ran a 3-4, and they had a hell of 5-3-4. Jason Pierre-Paul, Ndamukong Suh. You know what I mean? They front was right. And you look at ours, like if we can get a healthy Christian Wilkins back, Adam Butler is back. You got Malcolm Kuntz, and you got Max Crosby, and we'll see exactly what Tyree Wilson is in this year. Like I said, this year is the year that Tyree Wilson has to show up. Rookie year does not count, and what Hondo said about that one was facts. We're going to get into that. Matter of fact, we'll do Tyree next with his interview, with his presser. Shout out to Adman, and Adman, I know I disagree. We don't need Keenan Allen, and we don't need Cooper. We don't need neither one of those. I know people say they want veteran wide receiver, but what do you call Jacoby Myers? And Thornton is killing their ass. Thornton is killing their ass. Thornton is working with the first teamers. Let me let y'all know that with the camp. The 6'5" wide receiver that runs a 4.3 flat is killing them. I'm talking about touchdown killing them. Now, I know that there's no pads. You don't need pads to see if a motherfucker blow past the coverage and he's catching it over his shoulder in the end zone, and to see that Geno Smith is throwing darts out there. For anybody to even breathe competition at the quarterback position could be up in the air, and anybody can get it between AOC and Geno is strictly on dope, dick, and dynamite. The 3Ds. If you believe AOC has even a chance of beating out Geno Smith, you're on dope, dick, and dynamite. Just like that. Shout out to the old schoolers that know what that means. But yeah, Geno is out there throwing beautiful ass balls, and stop it. These balls got points on the end. What, he got this testicular? No, let me quit fucking with y'all. But yeah, for real. Thornton is out there doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? Trey Tucker. I think what Trey Tucker was experiencing last year, where he did not really flourish into something, I think that's most of that was due to the quarterback play. Because I'm hearing about him in camp killing it as well. Geno is just making everybody better, bruh. That's all what it comes down to. This is what I'm hearing about camp, and it's more than one person saying it. So if more than one person is saying it, it's got to be true, and they're there watching it. A lot of people don't really put a lot of faith into what Hondo Carpenter says, but I believe Q Myers. I believe the other people, Bonsignor and Katie Fang and Wendy Fang. My bad. Sorry, Wendy. I got your name wrong. I'm sorry. I should have thought about burgers and Biggie Meals, but people out there watching are saying the same thing. JT and I'm seeing the highlights that the Raiders are putting out there. Now you say somebody said, "Oh, well, of course they can chop it and just show you the great highlights." So if the Raiders organization on their YouTube channel and IG accounts are only showing the best throws from Geno Smith, where are the best throws from AOC then? Where are they? That same organization, he plays for the same team, right? Why they're not putting his out there too to show like, yeah, we got a starter and a backup. No, it's just Geno, and Geno has tight spirals, bruh, hitting these guys in stride. But I know there's no pass. So the defense is supposed to look that good. It's supposed to look like that. Now, there will be a problem if they didn't have no pass and you couldn't hit them, and these guys was out here looking like trash. Like, what is wrong with the offense? Ain't nobody even. But take it with a grain of salt. We got to wait till the preseason. You're not going to see. I don't know if you'll see the starters out there. I don't know the philosophy of Pete Carroll and putting the starters out there in preseason. But I heard they are playing. I heard the Raiders will be playing their starters in preseason, and that's the only way you're going to develop continuity with a team in live action to go out there and do dress rehearsals for 3 preseason games. So yeah, Thornton is known to be out there, bro. He's a hard matchup. You can't put a linebacker on him for size because he's too fast. You can't put a corner on him for speed because he's too big. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you ain't got a 6'5" corner that can run a 4.3 flat, you just assed out. You SOL. And for those that don't know, no, that's not the soul. That's shit out of luck. If you ain't got a 6'5" corner that can run a 4.3 flat, if you ain't got Darian Porter at your corner spot, you assed out. And last time I checked, he's on our team. That's the only one I know that can probably give a run for his money with Thornton. And they probably doing it. That's what's going to make each other good. That's the speed up of the development that Pete Carroll is doing with a Porter. Let's put Porter on Thornton. That's why Thornton probably in with the ones. We matching up Thornton and Porter, bruh. I would love to see that matchup. That's a perfect ass matchup for Thornton and Porter to go up against each other. Because Thornton ain't gonna have nobody his size and his speed on him. What team has a fucking 6'4", 6'5" corner that can run a 4.3 flat? What other team besides us? So we're not gonna face that. So that means it's open season on anybody we play at the corner spot that's on Thornton. And then if we do face a team that has a 6'5" wide receiver, say for instance, we put Porter on a Tetaroa McMillan shutdown. Same size and faster. Tetarola was a 4.49. I think he was a 4.49 40. Savion Williams, 6'5", but he was a 4. I think he was a 4.5 40. Still not faster than Porter. So yeah, iron sharpens iron. All right, let me continue on. Egalitarian 2-0. I see you, bruh. I see you, man. Shout out to you. Make sure I get everybody before we get back into the content. We're going to go to Tyree Wilson next. My 2 cents salute to you, man. In the building. Yes, indeed. I'm missing anybody. James Furpo, of course, bro. You always here, man. You representing the Church of Al Davis. Yes, indeed. All right. So let me get to the next one. This is Tyree Wilson and his presser. Let's go.
We're just talking to Adam Butler, and he said that, you've been trying some new things this offseason. What can you tell us about the new things you've been trying this offseason?
Man, first off, being consistent, running to the ball. I'm trying to get my cardio up to be able to be on the field longer, to be around the ball, to make more plays. and then just being versatile. Last year you saw me outside, inside, and just really try to make my game more efficient inside, working more edge moves, counter moves, and not just be a power guy, which I always have in my bag.
Your feet were visibly different in this mini camp, even from where you ended last year. Is that something you spent a lot of time working on in the off season?
Yeah, feet work, and just everything, core, feet work, and just having a lower center of gravity. I missed a lot of plays, sacks, tackles, and I'm always falling on the ground, so that was a big focus in the off season. Man, me and Max, I feel like the bond starts in practice. I always, if we doing a look, I always go with Max. I try to give him the best look. He try to give me the best look. And, what they say, iron sharpens iron. He always going to critique me. He been in the game long. He been successful. So I always, ask him, hey, he be like, oh, you can do this better. So, I'll go back and do the rep, the better. He tell me, good job. And it just, every day, trying to build and, try to idolize what he has established at the Raiders. Going back, looking at my previous 2 years, first year, foot injury. I got in, really took a lot of time away from ball, and it just went fast. It was a blur. Last year, I starting to grow, starting to feel, the game started to slow down a little bit. But, the twitch and the reaction, it wasn't there all the way. It started to develop, after the bye. And now I'm just coming in and starting it in OTAs and transition to camp and then into the season. You draft somebody, how you expect them to come out and perform right away. But I feel like every player in the NFL is different. People go through different things. Some players are more polished in college than others, and some people have to come in and develop. So I feel like everybody has a different timeline, and my timeline is different. I feel like this year's the year that you got to go out there and show and shut everybody up. Not that that matters. What matters is the teammates and whoever's around me.
How excited are you for the chance to do that?
Man, I'm not just looking at the season. You gotta take baby steps. First, I gotta finish off mini camp, and then go back in. The next 6 weeks are big. You can lose a lot or you can gain a lot. So go back, train, develop some more, and then come into camp and create that bond and be polished up going into the season. To just take it week by week.
Exactly. See, he understands what he needs to work on. He understands his development process, and everybody's not the same. I always said everybody has a different grading curve. You know what I mean? Development is not the same. You can't expect somebody who can develop in 1 year and expect the next person to do the same thing and match it. None of us went through the same walks of life. Your experiences and my experiences are different. The way I learn is different from the way you learn. Now, the bottom line is it doesn't matter how you learn, just as long as you learn. So now he understands this is the year. He doesn't want to let his team down. He has to get out there and show and prove, but he understands that there's a lot that his process to where he's at is not the same as everybody's. They didn't come in to the draft with a bad foot. You know what I mean? But obviously he's healthy now. During these 3 years, we have not heard no setbacks with his foot coming out of college. So obviously the healing process is done. And I remember doing a video on it and having the doctor that did the surgery talk about it'll take a full year for you to even get close to 100%. Not even 100%, close. He said you can get about 80% in about 12 months off the surgery that he had, especially these are large guys. Wilkins, same thing. But Wilkins is expected to be back because I remember when I did a video just recently on him, I gave y'all the breakdown on that one. I don't know. I know he wears a boot, but his size, the doctor also said that it would be preferable for him to be on a scooter. When people break their ankle or whatnot, and you put your knee in a scooter, and instead of walking on 2 feet, you got 1 foot pushing and rolling with the other, they take all the weight off of it. So I don't know in the process of recovery for Wilkins if that has been established for him to use a scooter just to keep the weight off that foot so it can fully heal. So we'll see how that goes. But all in all, man, I like the mentality of this team. You can, and who said it, you can hear it in his voice. Hey, these guys, he's more confident. You know what I mean? Now that he's healthy, now I can do all the moves that I need to add to my toolbox to make sure that I'm elite and I can do what I do. And he admitted that when you're drafted that high, everybody expects you to come out there and start day one, and you know what I mean? But everybody's progression is not the same. Everybody's not the same. You know what I mean? Jacorian Bennett, everybody was ready to get rid of him out of year one. Year two, 12 games, had 8 pass breakups. I call him Mr. PBU because he was in everybody's hip pocket. Every receiver he was on, hip pocket, they weren't getting that damn ball. If only we can get him to intercept it. But hey, I'll take a non-reception over a reception. You feel me? Shout out to everybody out there. Tom DeLeon in the building, man. Salute to you. James Furpo dropping them things on you again.
From out of town. There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Oh, and shout out to my 2 cents, man, for the $5 super, man. I appreciate you. And I gotta hit it for him too, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, brother.
From out of town. There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. All right. So let me see. We done hot Palomal. We got Tyree Wilson. We did Devin White. Now let's get to the OG of the group, Adam Butler. Adam Butler talks about the team, the defense, and whatnot, and him being back with the team, man. So without further delay, man, let's go ahead and get into the what? Let's get into the content. Let's go.
You've seen three regimes already in your time in Las Vegas. What's different about this one?
I would just say the mindset. This is all about competition, and that just makes everybody better. I like what Coach Pete has done. Very pleased with him, but I expect nothing less. He's a legendary coach, and he came in and showed that.
It's a big year for Tyree. He's going to come speak to us a little bit. What have you seen out of him, just his development this offseason?
I'm pleased with his work ethic too. He's been trying some new things. I won't go into detail on that, but he's been trying some new things and really being intentional about his work as well. So I hope everything works out for him. As long as he keeps working, I believe he'll surprise you.
Adam, what have you thought of Gino early on in the offseason?
Oh, impressive, man. Impressive. The guy really is about his craft. Every day he's got some amazing pass where I'm like, shit, it's crazy, I'm just excited to see him do it in the game.
When you got a defensive tackle talking about how great Geno Smith, hey, bruh, he said you could tell that he really pays attention to his craft. Everybody is in awe of Geno Smith, bruh, and he can't wait to see it in the game. Shout out to Chris for Raiders, man, for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate you. And oh yeah, when I'll let y'all know about the drawing, man. Don't worry. Hey, we got that. You gotta be a member of the channel, y'all. You gotta be a member of the channel. It's gonna be a member only giveaway of an extra large Jim Otto jersey 00. So just to let y'all know, we're gonna be. I'm gonna wait a minute because we're coming into July where we don't see nobody in camp to the end of the month. So I'll do it around. You know what? 4th of July weekend. I'll do the giveaway for a couple of weeks. I'll let everybody know, be a member of the channel. It'll be a members only live. We'll do a random draw of a lucky winner of getting this extra large Jim Otto jersey, man. Shout out to Jim Otto, man. Rest in peace, man. One of the greatest to do it in the silver and black. But as you can see in the mind, like Adam Butler said, it's the mind state that's different. It's the Pete Carroll. Let's not sugarcoat it, man. Everybody want to say Tom Brady. Okay, that's fine and dandy. Greatest quarterback to ever do it. Pete Carroll is the catalyst of making this thing go. Giving these players new life. He told them, we don't care. We don't give a rat's. What did Pete Carroll say? We don't give a rat's ass of what you did last year. So everybody has a clean slate. So everybody is energetic. They're having fun at practice. They're learning new schemes. They're working with new teammates, and they're trying to accomplish one goal. That's to make the playoffs and hopefully take that journey down that playoff road to Super Bowl heaven. You feel me? Can it happen this year? Why not? Will it happen this year? I don't know. I don't know. But we here to find out. Every year we always ride the ride of the Raiders to see how our season goes and where we end up. Win, lose, or tie. Ain't that correct? Win, lose, or tie Raiders till we die. So we ready to ride this train. Hopefully it takes us to the station that has the Lombardi trophy. Because that's the only reason why you play the game. But I know it's a hard feat to be able to come in, win now, and build for the future. But if anybody can do it, Pete Carroll can. Pete Carroll can. So there you go. There you go. You feel me? Shout out to everybody out there, man. We in the building, man. That's right. Let me see. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Make sure I got everybody, man, for real. Yeah, that's about it, everybody. Shout out to everybody watching, man. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, man. Please, I appreciate it. It don't cost $1. Don't cost $1. Don't cost a dime to be a part of mine. You feel me? Also, please go check out RAIDERVISION.com, your one-stop shop for everything Raiders. RAIDERVISION, VIZION.com. It has everything you need, my brother. Everything. Matter of fact, let's take a gander of what's going on with the blogs in Raider Nation. Oh man, I didn't even do the shit right, man. Hold on real quick. Damn, I was so busy. That shit ain't doing it anyway. I don't know why why this not linking to Instagram, my lives anymore. They used to. It's not even. Good Lord, man, what the fuck happened? I'm gonna have to. Oh, was it because of that? You know what? It could have been. Oh well. But let me see something real quick. Let me see something. We're gonna go check out everybody's latest news in Raider Vision. Yes, indeed, I got weed. No, I don't. All right, where we at, baby boy? Here we go. We're gonna check out some Raider Vision and see what's going on in the world of Raider Vision. Let's go. All right, let's see the latest blogs. News, blogs, and events. Here we go. Let's see if they're talking about the Pratt signing. Yeah, and there it is. There it is. So yes, is there anything else going on? Raiders 2025, how drafting Charles Grant. Now Charles Grant is somebody I'm looking forward to seeing his development, and they've been saying he's been doing well as what other lineman, defensive side, Pegues, JJ Pegues, Tonka, who is the I'm trying to think of Caleb, what's his name? Caleb, fucking, I'm going off memory and I'm drawing a blank. You know who I'm talking about. So this is the latest news going on. Like I said, if you go over to Raider Vision, you got access to all the blogs in Raider Nation to learn all the up-to-date information. Let's see what else we got going on the other page. I know they're all going to talk about Jermaine Pratt. Let's see, just blog, baby. There you go. There you go. Raiders wants the signing, the free agent, linebacker, man, for Raiders they're talking about the linebackers. So tomorrow we're gonna do a run up. We're gonna do a rundown on Jermaine Pratt, what he brings to the nation. Which we do need linebackers and to get a veteran. So now you got 3 veteran linebackers in the Landon Roberts, you got Devin White, and now Jermaine Pratt. And then you got these young dudes for these guys to groom. I like a Landon Roberts. I think he's gonna bring that veteran leadership to the squad, but I think Jermaine Pratt is another one as well. Let me see who else we got up in the building. Be out in the building, man. Salute to you. he said we going 17-0. Boy, if that happens, boy, I tell y'all, hey, it's gonna be on and cracking. Oh, the day we win a Super Bowl and be able to go down to Las Vegas strips in the parade. Oh, you know we shutting down the strip. We shutting down the strip. Let me see what else we got, man. Let me and that's all I'm gonna do now, man. I'm gonna get my ass up off here, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me bring this back down to reality. But yeah, man, hey, shout out to everybody out there that pulled up today. Once again, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Please become a member as well. I'll be doing a members-only giveaway of an extra large Jim Otto jersey. And that shall be the weekend, that Saturday. I'll do it 4th of July weekend. Yeah, man. So yeah. Y'all stay tuned. Keep your ear to the ground and your eyes wide open, man. It's your boy Lunatic Raider with the Lunatic Raider Show, man. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. And then if I don't work Friday, then there will be a Friday night feature. But I gotta see, because if overtime comes about, your boy Lunatic gets the overtime so I can get these gifts and give them away to y'all. Once again, if we hit the 3,000 subs, we're also, and this is for all people, you don't have to be a member of the channel, just be a subscriber. And once we hit 3,000 subs, I will be giving away a TV to one lucky subscriber, man, on a draw. So, man, shout out to y'all, man. Enjoy your hump day. Don't let nobody hump your leg without lubricant. Because boy, that stain is hard to get out. But with that being said, man, y'all enjoy y'all day, man. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. And remember, I see y'all tomorrow. What I always say about this time, there you go, there you go. Hell no, I say I'm out this bitch.